許渟, and I'm studying in Taipei First Girl High School now. And you can call me Tin. Today I'll be your guide. If you have any question, just please raise your hand. Today I want to introduce you about this park and the February 28th disaster. During the Japanese occupation, the government would like to build big park in the city. So they built this Taipei New Park. And you may want to ask me, why is it new? Why is it called Taipei New Park? It was because of that there was a Yuanshan Park that built before the park. So this park was called Taipei New Park. And as you can see, this park has a big monument here. This monument is used to memorize the victims of the February 28th disaster. And I'm going to introduce you the monument first and then explain why the disaster was happening. As you can see, there are 4 steps. Do you know why are there 4 stairs on here? No? Okay. Let me tell you. When you walk on the stairs, you may watch your step. And you will bow to the monument naturally. And that means you breathe to the victims naturally. And that's what is it. And as you can see, here are many stones that separate with the line. And in Chinese traditional, this line separates the world of the life and the death. So when you walk out from the stones from the line, it means that people need to work out the sadness. Okay, so that's what here. And these monuments have many meanings. Each has many symbols and meanings about this disaster. As you can see, there have the handprints on the stones. And when you put your hands on the handprints, you may bow to the center again and breathe to the victims. And as you can see, there's a big round things in the centers of the monument. That means the victims. That means the victims' bodies and victims and used to memorize them. And walk to here. You can hear a big noise of the water. And why is that? That was because that means the victims want to tell you that always remember the sadness, the history of the disaster. They don't want the disaster restart again. That's what it is. And there are many meanings about this monument. If you have time, your own time, please come if you have interest. And what kind of disaster will make governments to build such as a big monument to memorize the victims? What kind of disaster will make a park change its name? And that disaster was February 28th disaster. During the time the Republic of China's government come to Taiwan, they take many things that people need to use every day to sell their own self. It means that you can't sell cigarette or alcohol or anything that you may need every day. You can only buy it from the government. And at that time, the February 27th, 1947, the officer of a government noticed that there was a woman selling a cigarette. And he didn't use the right way to punish the woman. He used his gun to hit the woman's head. And that makes people angry. So the crowd tried to chase him and catch him, but he accidentally shoot to a person next to the crowd, and that made people angry. The next day, people want to talk about what they're angry, and they want to talk everything to the government. So they come to the square in front of the government, and want to talk up to the government. But the government doesn't want to solve the problem. They lay out the soldiers and soldiers and the officers to shoot all the people in the square, and that made Taipei's people more angry. So the citizens broke into the Taipei broadcast company, which is this building today. They broke into the company to talk about this horrible thing that governments do to all the Taiwanese by radio. So the Taiwanese in all Taiwan were angry. They start to fight their government, and they even the Taiwanese, even the Chinese that live in Taiwan was the target of them. They start to fight to the soldier. The Taiwanese start to fight to the Chinese people, and that during that time, some doctors and professors don't want these things happen again. So they want to talk to the leader of the Kuomintang that time, called Chen Yi. But Chen Yi didn't want to talk about the things, and he don't want to solve the problem. So he talked to the government at Chinese and said that the Taiwanese want to fight to the government. So they asked the government in Chinese send soldiers. So the soldiers came to Taiwan, and they killed every person that related to this disaster. And according to the research, this disaster killed almost 18,000 of people during the disaster. So the government right now would like to make this huge statue and monuments, and to memorize those victims and people who sacrificed for their freedom and fight for their rights. And this building, the important building, which is Taiwan's broadcast company that time, was built to the February 28th museum right now. They wish this museum could grieve the victims, and they would like to make everyone know that there was a disaster that happened right now before. And if you have any interest about this museum, please come here and visit it sometimes. And thank you for listening. I'm your guide today. Thank you.